What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of, well, we don't know yet. I am joined, of course, by former Fresh and Fit panelist Janelle Gordon. So, Janelle, off the top of your head, if this thing becomes a permanent thing, what's a good name to call this?
Something, can we say orgasm or orgasmic? That's my brand, the orgasmic life. I'm sorry, I
The
don't know, like how to
orgasmic
put more
life.
orgasmic, how to have more orgasms, something
Okay,
with
okay.
orgasms,
I think we can come
something
up
with
with a double.
orgasms in it.
I think we can come up with a double entendre.
Yes.
Maybe something like that's what she said, or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
there we go.
There we are. I think if
There we
if
go.
this thing becomes a thing, I think that's what she said would be a very, very good. I think that'd be
I
very
love it.
catchy. Okay,
I
very
love
good.
it.
Very
That's
good.
amazing.
Is five your favorite number?
This is like I like Chanel, as you know, noticed from
Yes.
the thing, and I just like the fun stuff. You know, the real ones are like this small, and you can't see them.
Oh, so
You know,
Chanel number
like the,
five.
yeah.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I got to get my girl to get Chanel number. I think she might. I think she just got the Coco de Chanel or the Coco de
That's a
Chanel.
great one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The cocoa's good, and the number five is they're all, it's Chanel, it's classics, it's all good.
I love the voice. Chanel number five. Blue de Chanel.
Yes,
Only at Macy's your
the
fragrance
men's one
destination.
is amazing, man. The new men's one.
The new
Have your
men's
girl
what?
get you that. The new men's Chanel cologne. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, have
okay.
her get you that. It is a good time.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, man, if that's gonna prolong the blowjob or
Yes,
get me back to the.
absolutely.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. Very good. Well, that does it for this edition of that. No, just kidding. So the reason I have you on is because of your appearance on Fresh and Fit. You clearly were at that point in time. You were the only one who kept it a stack. The one time that jumped out to me was when you were explaining to everybody, hey, listen, man, girls are fucking multiple guys at the same time. And then cute little Nina the Pineapple wants to act like she didn't know that that's what's really going on. And then you go to her Instagram and I'm
Right.
like, okay, all right, it is what it
Just
is.
ask galore.
Yeah, dude, that's all it
She's
is.
got a
But
great ass. She's
she
got a
has a
great
great
ass.
ass. But when you have a great ass like that, you can't really play the innocent girl. Who's doing that? Blah. Listen, it's okay, Nina. Like, we're all friends here. We know what you get up
Yes,
to. So that
exactly.
led me to talk about the whole notch count thing because that's really what that conversation was about. So I guess let's go ahead and start it off like this. Yes or no? Do you think that women should divulge their notch count to a guy that they're interested in? Yes or no, and why?
That's a hard no. I mean,
Okay.
if they do it, he's not. It's gonna be a wham bam, thank you, man. That's it.
Okay.
They're not. The guy's not gonna take her serious, even if it is. And here, let me caveat by saying this: even if that number's three, men are visual. In his
Yes.
mind, he's gonna see her getting fucked by three
There you
guys.
go. That's all right.
I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Even if it's one, I lost my virginity when I was 21 years old. That's a good time. I was
Yes.
actually 20, you
Okay.
know? And so that's a late time to lose,
Yes,
right?
it is.
It's pretty late. So 21, even if you say one, it's still, he's going to have an
Still too
imprinted
many.
visual of, yeah, and that's just how it is for women, okay? We are not supposed, we're just supposed to imagine, we're supposed to be sexy, but not too sexy, not
Right.
slutty,
Okay.
right? Because then guys don't take us serious.
Right.
And then we're supposed to do all this the slutty stuff in the bedroom,
That's
right?
right.
Do the blowjobs, do whatever a guy would like for us to do.
Hmm.
And we're supposed to magically have never slept with anyone. Like that's just how it has to be for men. Let's just be honest. Whether that's fair or not, that's just how it is.
Okay, very good. And I like the fact that you point out the fact, hey, listen, man, fair or unfair, this is how men are. Why do today's women have such a hard time understanding that there are double standards that benefit men and double standards that benefit women, but they only seem to have a problem with the double standards that don't benefit them? Or am I wrong about that?
No, it's great. I actually, the first, I don't know if you saw me the first time I was on the podcast.
I don't
We
think
had the
so.
same conversation, that really kind of got me in with their viewers. They
Okay.
loved me because I took that point of view.
Okay.
And I admit it's something that most women won't. So the problem is, back to your initial question, why women have this double standard, it all has to do with the women's lib movement and the feminist movement
Okay.
and the Me Too movement. And if you know me and you know my story, you know I support women. So I'm not bashing women and saying those movements aren't good.
Okay.
However, those movements have become skewed because what it does, if you know my background, I'm from the esoteric world, and I won't bore you with that, but
Okay.
I deal with principles of polarity, masculine and feminine.
There you go.
This, if you know anything about science or metaphysics or just looking up, waking up in the day, you see the sun that comes up in the day, and what happens at night? The moon comes up. We just call that polarity.
Right.
It's
Right.
opposites, right? So with men and women, it's the same way.
Okay.
What happens is those movements have, can I say the F word? I don't know what I
Yeah,
can say.
say it.
Sorry.
Do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
have fucked up how women view themselves in that balance of masculine and feminine.
Right.
They want to what? Become the career woman. Right
Yes.
now, right?
Yes.
They want to be the boss babe. And we have Beyonce and all these pop artists like, go, women won the world. And I'm not disrespecting Beyonce or anything like that, but you understand the point of what I'm saying.
Of course.
We've created this monster, and then we have these women that are making six figures, $1 million, who are my clients, coming to me saying, I want what you have.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't have, what do you mean? I don't have, and this was like 5 years ago when I really didn't have shit. I'm like, I don't really have anything. What are you talking about?
Right.
They're like, no, you have feminine energy, essence. I watch you in the room because I'm a Tony Robbins fan, so I go to all his events.
Okay.
They're like, men just flock to you and you don't even do anything. I'm like, yeah, I'm in my feminine. They're like, how do I do that? They're like, I have all the money. I have everything. I can't get a guy. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Oh, yes.
I can't get a guy to take me serious, to even date me, to let alone get married to me. And I want to have kids. This is a real problem.
Yes.
So what happens is we've created this culture through these movements that over magnetized women being in control.
Right.
But you can't have that in a relationship.
No.
There has to be one person in control, one leader, one person calling the shots.
That's right.
And in this lifetime, maybe in another lifetime when the universe alters, it is the man or the masculine partner, because I'm not ruling out gays and trans and all these species, whatever.
Sure, right.
You're included. One of you's got to pick a gender or an energy.
I always say this in whether it's heterosexual or homosexual relationships, whether it's two men and two women or a man and a woman, there is going to be a masculine partner and there is going to be a feminine partner, and their anatomy doesn't seem to matter. Now,
it doesn't matter.
Of course. Now, in heterosexual relationships where the man takes the masculine, or where the woman takes the masculine role and the man takes the submissive female role, those just don't work. Why is it that today's women, despite all of the clear evidence they see around us, that these relationships simply do not work? They always point out, well, I know someone who's been in a relationship for 15 years and she's a bus bitch and he's a stay-at-home dad. And that's, honestly, that's all cap, right? And so why do women continue to sort of go against or go with this narrative despite the overwhelming evidence that it does not work? Is it a pride thing? Are the ego invested? What is it?
It's two great points. It is pride, it is ego, and it's also societal cultural programming of what we think has to be. You can't, but here's the thing, and I hope I can say orgasms and all this stuff.
Of course you can.
I don't know. I told you I get in trouble on every platform too, so I'm not
That's
sure
one thing we have in common is that by the way, Janelle has been deplatformed on every platform just like me. So
even
here we go.
LinkedIn and Hinge. How do you get Hinge?
How did you wait, LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow.
Listen,
you've got it on me.
The wrong way because I speak the truth and they don't like that. It goes against patriarchy.
There you go.
I'm rubbing those things. But so the issue is that women have so much they want to, I've got to have control.
Right.
But when you're talking about control from a standpoint of orgasms, there's like 11 different orgasms that women can have. And in order to have those, you have to be able to, we're not talking about the fast food of orgasms, clitoral orgasms. When we're talking about the inner ones.
Okay.
And in order to have those, you have to, you don't look hot. You know, women, they want to look like the porn star.
Yes, right. But it's really,
it's like you're out of your mind because the energy just overtakes your body.
Sure.
So what happens outside of the bedroom is just a mirror of what's going on inside. And women want to find this guy that makes like the Fresh and Fit guys.
Yeah, right.
6'4", makes over 100K, isn't married, all these things. But I want to be in control. Okay, good luck with that, dude. Good luck. And that's what I tell people. And then people always want to take the outliers, right?
Right.
Math wasn't my favorite, but I
love math.
Passed the stats. I freaking did it. Yeah, I'm a typical, and I know women are going to hate this, but whatever.
Uh-oh.
I'm a typical woman. I'm not great with the math. I'm not great with the, the directions. the logic. I train to be better.
Okay.
Because you got to have a balance. I think women have to be responsible for their emotions. And
Okay.
oftentimes they're not.
Okay.
They're not. So you got to train to be logic.
Okay.
But with that being said, like, I lost my train of thought there, so you can bring me back around.
You were fantasizing about the 11 orgasms that make you cross-eyed and you're clawing.
Women just want to feel like they can still have control and find this man, and it's like, you can't. And these are not the outliers in numbers.
Yes,
they
right.
want to use those examples that this woman is making the bread and the man is taking care of the kids.
Yes.
Come on, let's just be honest. These are outliers.
Right.
We know in stats there's always outliers. This is not normalcy. And we got to go with status quo when we're talking about, and Fresh and Fit guys say that too, right? We're talking about status quo. I'm not status quo. I'm just not. I'm 40 and my boyfriend's 25.
Wow, that's a hell of a difference.
Yeah, and I have a little past that I don't really want to get into. If you want to look it up, you can.
Okay.
But so do you see what I'm saying? I can't say that I'm normal.
Okay.
Because I'm not.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You just now we all know that the exception never makes the rule. But one thing you just said, you're like, I'm 40 years old. I have a kid. I have a past. And I still have what I believe is a good relationship. Janelle, how did you do that? Did you do it by being a boss bitch? How did you manage to get a relationship with who I assume is a high value guy at 40 years old with a kid?
Correct. And I wanted to, because I watched that whole video that you did on the show that I was on.
Yes.
And so to answer your question, I wasn't really, it's not like I was saying, oh, I'm a hoe. What happened was I was trying to get him, but I wasn't adding value to his life. Because I'm used to being, again, not the normal. I am 40. I have a kid.
Okay.
All this stuff. I'm honest. I'm realist.
Sure.
And most women aren't, right?
Right.
It's like, no, bitch. You got 3 baby daddies. You're this, you're that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Right.
So how I got him to answer your question was, he's 25. He's 6'8". He played basketball.
Whoa!
He's smart.
There we go.
Not professionally, but he's very athletic.
Sure,
he's
of course.
A good guy. No criminal record. He has his own business. He's amassing his wealth. He's on the right fucking track.
Good.
And when I saw that, I was like, I want that. Right?
Okay.
That's a high value man.
Yes.
So what I did was I was playing my cards wrong. Why? Because women go back to patterns and what we think we're worth,
that's
right?
Right. That's right.
Humans,
of course.
not even women.
Yeah, that's human nature, of course.
So I'm used to guys like, I'm sorry, even if I am 40, I live in Newport Beach and guys kissing my ass.
Yeah.
They take me to Nobu. They take me to all these nice restaurants on the first date, even though I know Fresh and Fit and all these people say don't. If
I am 100% into, yeah.
What you said about Nina, she expected that. And I expected that too, and I got it every time, correct?
Right.
So he did do that on the first date. He came and took me to a very nice restaurant, farm to table. I think he knew I was plant-based. But then after that, I was like, he wasn't giving me that much time. And I was like, what the fuck? Why isn't he like all over me?
Right.
Why all these other guys are like, when can I see you,
Right.
And exactly very similar to what you said about your girl. I'm not sure if your relationship status, but your lady.
Yeah, she's my girlfriend.
Yeah. Happened. Okay, girlfriend. I didn't know if you're engaged or whatnot, but girlfriend. The same thing. He was not giving me that energy. And so finally I called him. I just said, hey, I know you like me. You've invested some time and money driving all this way, spending money on me. Why are you not responding? I just asked him point blank.
Good. Okay.
And and when women need to be more direct with that. If
of course.
A high value man,
yeah, of course. And what did he say?
A high value man will step up. A low value man will not respond to that.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, they're very direct.
Yeah. They're very direct. He responded right away. And this is after me sending ass pictures and stuff, and he would like it, and he would like it and then not respond. I'm like, what the fuck? And that drives me crazy, right? Because I'm used to guys like just,
oh my God, wifey, I got your ring already. Let's go to yeah.
So he responded. He said, you know what? He said, I do like you. You're right. But he said, every time, I'm on social, I see you hugged up with some guy or this or that, and then he said, and why am I driving all the way out there just for sex? Meaning like, what are you doing for me? That's what he said.
Wow.
And so right then and there, dear, I was like, damn, no guy has ever checked me like that.
Right.
Never. In 30, at that time I was 39. And so I said, okay, I got you. And so I remembered what he ordered from our first date, what he ordered for food. And I sent it to his shop. He's a barber. He's amazing.
Okay.
I sent it to his shop. And like every day that week, I sent him lunch. And then I
There
started
you
just sending
go.
him
See that,
exactly what you said
man?
about your girlfriend.
Yes.
I knew he was seeing other girls still. And at the time I was still too, but then I cut all those out and I told him. But I would send him food. He moved into his first place. I sent him a welcome home package, and
There you
I just
go.
started just like you said, annoyingly.
Yes, yes. And the moral of the story, ladies, is that like ass pictures and all that, listen, that's great and we can all appreciate that. But what can you do for me that other women cannot, or that other women will not? Because every woman, Janelle, has the capacity to be, dare I say, submissive and doting,
Correct.
and actually
Yeah.
show this and actually show niggas like, I like you. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Why do you think girls are so, because what you did would probably be characterized as a pick-me-sha, or girl, you don't need to be sending him food to his place. He's a barbershop. He's fucking other bitches. What are you going to be, a pick-me-sha? This nigga needs to come after you.
Correct.
What do
That's
you,
right.
how do you respond to women who say, bitch, you're doing too much?
I like to quote Dr. Phil.
Okay.
How's that working out for you? How's that working out?
How's
for
that
you,
working out
queen?
for you?
Like, how's it working out? And
Yes.
you're correct, because women hate the S word. They hate
Yes.
two S words.
Yes.
Surrender and submissive. And in my line of work and what I teach in my retreats and with my client is that's the way you have to step into that.
Wow.
And for me, I knew if I could add value to his life, I don't care how many bitches were around, he's eventually going to drop them and he's going to see
There you
he's
go.
going to see me and take me serious.
There you go.
And
There you go.
we're like 7 months, 8 months strong now. You
Oh,
know?
wow. So you guys are coming up on an
Yeah.
anniversary, huh?
Yeah.
So a lot of women, and I think you and I are of the same mind, are of the same mind of this. A lot of women like to say, okay, so I really like this guy and I don't want to sleep with him because I want him to take me seriously. Then women want to have it both ways. Okay, so if he tries to sleep with me on the first date and I don't sleep with him, he's going to go off and sleep with someone else. So why shouldn't I just give up the ass if he's going to go and get it from someone else? I have my answer. I'd like to hear yours first.
Okay. We talked about this on the Fresh and Fit.
Okay.
I go both ways with it.
Okay.
I think I slept with him on the first night.
Okay.
So I have waited in the past before.
Sure.
And it can go either way. Here's the thing. If the guy likes you and you prove that you're valuable to him, that you add value to his life, I don't think it matters if you sleep with him on the first date. I truly don't.
Okay.
Now, I also think that this is my maintenance guy. I might come back. Sorry about it. This is live. What do you do?
Don't sweat it.
I also think that, yes, this guy will probably go and sleep with someone else, correct? Because you know that guys are always sleeping with 3 to 5 women.
Of course,
perhaps maybe
of
more,
course.
depending on their value and all this sort of thing.
Right.
Women are doing the same.
Right.
So initially, my rule used to be I didn't sleep with a guy, and like I told you, I would be sleeping with other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it can work both ways, but this is what I tell my clients. If you want to sleep with them on the first date, do it. Don't try to act like you're like, oh, I'm just so prude and I'm saving
I'm a
myself
good girl.
for marriage.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. When he knows, he can look at, like, sorry to put Nina under the bus, Nina's Instagram and ask allure.
Dude,
you know, it's like,
yes.
come on. This is what I tell about, because I train people how to get dates on dating apps.
Okay.
And I tell them, for instance, I'm a sex coach. And
Okay.
because of my guy, I've actually rebranded all of my stuff.
Ah,
I
wait,
used to
hold on, Janelle.
So he changed the game for me.
So you mean to tell me you made all these changes for a man? I can't believe
Absolutely.
it. I can't believe it.
My stuff was different than Nina's. I mean, I would do like nude yoga or body tape, really artsy, and it was
Sure.
Yeah, it was still sexy. It was, but maybe still tasteful, but it was still out there.
Okay.
And he didn't like that.
Okay.
And I changed. And you know what? Now I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I had that stuff out there.
Wow. So he told you that he didn't like the nude yoga or the body taping. How did he communicate that to you?
Okay, so he did it really, really in a good way, whether it was his preference or whether he was looking out for my business.
Uh-huh.
He just said, because I got mad at him. I said, him and my business partner, Keith, that I do the retreats with.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys always give me a hard time about this, but yeah, you guys are liking all the chicks' pictures of fat asses and lingerie.
That's what we do.
Something like that. Then, yeah, and I do understand that too, but I'm like, why don't I get that? And he's like, I don't want to learn anything from these bitches.
There you
He's
go.
like,
There
you're
you
a
go,
sex
man.
coach. You're this tantra healer. I want to respect you. And man, my friends and people have been telling me this for years, Donovan. But how he said it to me, it changed the game. I redid my whole site. You
Good.
can look on my page. You can
Good.
see
Yeah.
there's sexy stuff, but there's nothing Nina ass hanging out. None of that stuff.
The way I see it is, and this is funny. I always tell, and I've sort of spoken to women, sort of indirectly. If I'm out on a date with you, I'm going to try to fuck you, and the reason for that
Correct.
is because I'm a man. I'm trying to fuck, and so women want to know that you are sexually attracted to them. Well, if I'm out on a date with you, you can assume that I am sexually attracted to you because I don't do this platonic friends with women. No, no. If I'm
Yeah.
friends with a woman, I have fucked you, I am fucking you, or I have already
Thank
fucked you.
you.
There is no real, and they always ask the question, can men and women be friends? Of course they can, but the only beneficiary
fucking.
is going to, there you go. They're either fucking or it's just the
Or
woman
have.
getting the benefit. You already know. And so what I
Correct.
tell women is, my message to women is, listen, I'm going to try to fuck you. I'm going to try to sleep with you because I'm a man. If you don't sleep with me, that doesn't necessarily take you off of the side chick list right then and there. If you show me after I don't sleep with you that you're still interested, see, because this is what my girlfriend does. Or this is what my girlfriend did. She didn't sleep with me on the first date, didn't sleep with me on the
Yeah.
second or the third date. But I think in the 15 days between dates, dude, she's blowing up my phone. She's at my place. She comes to my dude. I used to have a very very small car lot. She used to bring stuff to the car lot. She used to send me food anytime I was out of town. She made sure that I knew that I was on her mind. And so
Correct.
now, could she have been fucking other guys? Yeah, of course. She
Yeah,
could have
of
been
course,
doing
of
anything.
course.
But based on
And
her,
you'll never know, and don't ask her.
oh no. But based on what she was doing, it's far more likely than not that she wasn't. This is where girls go wrong, is they try to play the prude. They try to say, all right, I'm going to hold out and I'm not going to have sex with this guy, but then they're not giving the attention. They think that all they have to do is hold out. All they have to do is,
They pull all the energy back, and
yes,
then you're like, wait, and then a guy's thinking she's fucking five other men,
or she doesn't like me.
or she doesn't like.
There
me.
you go. And women always like a lot of modern women, as Kevin Samuels calls it, they want their cake and eat it too. And so my answer to the question, well, if I don't give him sex, he's going to go off and get it from somewhere else. Okay.
He's already doing that. He's already doing
There
that.
you go. And if he really
Prove that
likes
you're
you,
that queen. Prove that you're that worthy.
there you go.
Women
These
hate
bitches,
that, though.
no,
They
but
don't want to have to prove it.
no, they don't want to have to prove it. They want to be taken at.
They
I
want
didn't
that
sleep with him
you
on my
should have
first
to
date.
prove to them.
Well, oh my God, dude, we're speaking the same language. They think that just holding out on the first date is enough to prove you're a quality woman. No, but just because he's fucking other bitches doesn't mean he doesn't still like you, dude. Having
That's
sex for us
correct.
is like shaking a hand. It's like taking
I
a
love
piss.
that you said that.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that you said that.
it's just sex. And so women would say, well, if he's gonna go off and fuck other chicks, then I'm not interested. Okay, well, you're gonna miss out. Well,
You're
what?
gonna miss out. He might not think of you again. I mean, he's got a repertoire of bitches he's already fucking.
There you go. And if it ain't gonna be
Unless
you, it's
you're
gonna be
adding value and showing, and he likes you. It has to be both.
if he likes you and he adds value, he will keep you around. And I will try to sleep with her. But as long as she keeps showing me that, I call it plan A energy, because a lot of girls want to act like the guy is their plan A on the date, but then when they're away, they want to act like he's a plan B, C, or D. You don't hear from her at night. She doesn't tell you where she's at. That means she's fucking other dudes, which means she's
correct.
just trying to use you. So then girls ask, well, what if he goes off and fucks another bitch? Then I should be, well, at this point, he's not going to leave you if he really. Well, what if he says, if you don't have sex with me, then I'm out of here? Well, then, baby girl, he doesn't want a relationship. And last I
He
checked,
just wants to hit.
there you go. And you don't want a man like that, do you?
No.
Of course not. No, go ahead.
Everything you're saying is so spot on. I think that women have this idea, like you said, that they want to act like they're this prude and they're this, I'm holding out for sex. And it's like, you know how many other women on the planet they could literally call and
There
get
you go.
sex? You're what we say in Sanskrit is yoni. You guys call it boxes or whatever. Your yoni, your pussy it's not that magical. It's
Right.
just not. And I teach women how to have magical pussies, with how to use yoni steaming, how to use these eggs, and trust me, the shit works. But even then, it doesn't matter how good your pussy is, they can find it anywhere. So you holding out for them and just not giving any energy isn't making you a star in their
No,
life.
it's not. It makes you a star if you hold out, show him that you still like him, giving him plan A energy and adding value to his life.
His life.
That's the key.
Regardless, if I just made a TikTok like this, I said, regardless if his energy is matching yours,
There you go.
still got to stay consistent. And women again will say, well, that's not fair. He needs to prove to me. Yeah, sorry.
What do I need to prove?
Yeah.
Right?
It's men are, I know women are going to hate me, but whatever. Men are the superior. They just are. They're the superior species. They just are. I'm sorry. They are.
I think it's,
as far as when it comes to stuff like this, like, for instance, I'm 40.
Okay.
My guy's 25.
Okay.
We're planning to have kids.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm healthy, and my whole world is health and wellness, so I'm not worried. A little bit. I'm probably going to freeze some just for funsies. But, like, he could, and I tell him this, I'm like, you could leave me in 5 years after I've waited for you to get your business going and everything you're doing, and go off and have a family with a 25-year-old or, you know, a 30-year-old, whatever.
Right.
And then I'm 45. My chances of having kids are not like they're now.
Yeah,
they're
non-existent.
Really doing anything.
Yeah.
Women having kids in their 40s to early is still actually very normal out here in like affluent areas, because, you know, there's just, it happens. Women are getting married later, etc. But men can have kids all the way almost until they die, you know? So it is unfair. You can call it whatever it is. It's better than try to fight the system. Just acknowledge it and say, this is it. How do I beat the game?
There you go. The fact that women expect men like myself to try to qualify to them, and they just don't, like girls. Most of the girls on Fresh and Fit, most of the women that call Kevin Samuel's show, what they do not understand is the law of supply and demand. There are many, many, many beautiful women around the world. There are even less men like me. Listen, I'm 6'2". I make into the high six figures. I'm not married technically. I mean, I've got a live-in girlfriend, but I'm a top half percenter. You put me in the delusion calculator. I'm a top half percenter. I dress well. Yeah. I drive a nice car. I can go wherever I want and do whatever it is I want to do. So what makes you think that I'm going to try to qualify to you? Because if you're interested in me, you already know I have high value. So let me get this straight. My lifestyle has already qualified to you in terms of your interest, but then what more do I have to prove to you? No. What it really comes down to, Janelle, is that there are more of them than there are of me, and that's what gives me the leverage. Now, if the world was overrun by 21-year-old virginal women who still live with their parents, and there were a lot less of them than high-value men, then guess what? Now I have not only do I have to qualify myself.
We would really run the world.
There you go. Not only do I have to qualify to her, I got to qualify to her parents, right?
Her parents.
But that's not the, and I consider say, well, that's not. Like that. Well, that's the thing. I can say, well, that's not fair. It doesn't matter what's fair and what's not. It's the law of supply and demand. That's what it comes down to.
Correct. That's it. And women we want to be like, there's just so many things that have fucked it up for women. Like
crazy,
the
man.
Movies, the music, collective conscious programming of patriarchy.
Yes.
What's supposed to happen. And it's made women, I'm sorry, kind of dumb. Like it has. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm like, again, you can look me up. I support women. Trust me.
Sure.
However, it has made women think that there is not enough. There's like ass every fucking where.
Yes.
You don't even have to look for ass and it's there.
No. Just add water and it comes.
Just add water. And the thing is, women really think that men are going to put up with BS. They're just not.
Wait, where's my sound effect?
It's so easy to say, like, I'm out now. I'm out.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
totally agree.
Parents and maybe grandparents and saying, they stayed together 50 years, 70 years, this sort of thing. Grandparents, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen today.
Well, I know somebody. It doesn't. And it's funny because they use
they're highly religious in these exceptions too.
Yes, of course. Yeah, right. I mean, dude, the world is becoming it's becoming more and more secularized. Ostrike with the $5 super chat says, don't worry about looking ugly and TR Duded blast off. The more out of control you appear, the bigger it strokes my ego. Back me up, Donovan. I'm not sure I know what that means. So please. Ostrike, another $5 super chat says, men are superior in ability, women are superior in value. That's why it's women and children first on the lifeboats. Listen, man, high value men are high value, but biologically speaking, women are a lot more valuable than men because eggs are expensive, sperm is cheap, and we're willing to give it. We're willing to spray it all over. We don't give a damn.
Everywhere.
Fuck it. That's why it's always women and children first. Fresh and Fit with the $10 super chat says support to the both of you guys. Great conversation. So Myron and Fresh are in the building. Yeah, this is great.
Gosh. I love them. They're amazing. They're great to work with.
Dude, they're awesome. I got to give them a Don DeMarco.
They're so professional.
Yeah.
They're adding so much value, and they give women a platform.
Yes.
I adore them. So
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
them both. They're amazing.
They're very, very fair. Any woman that has a problem with Fresh and Fit should take a look in the mirror. Let me talk to you about this, and this is something that Kevin Samuels refers to a lot in his videos. He calls it the color purpling of our society. The color purpling or the waiting to exhale. And what he's talking about is the movie The Color Purple. We all know the plot and all that other kind of stuff. And then of course the Waiting to Exhale movie where, you know, she spent 11 years with him, then he left her for the white girl. Today's women, modern women, are treating today's men, specifically black men, as if they're the uncle, the creepy uncle in The Color Purple, or the guy who left his wife for a white girl in Waiting to Exhale. Do those things happen? Of course they do. But those are the gross outliers, as 85% of divorces are filed by women. Why is it, Janelle, why do women want to give themselves permission to act up based on a movie or based on assuming that all men are dogs? What's the mindset behind that?
You have to forgive me my ignorance. I grew up crazy. My story's crazy. I grew up crazy secluded. So I almost like in a cult. So I don't understand. I don't know I know the movies, but I don't know the full premises of them.
Oh, no, it's really easy. I'll give you.
And now I'm going to watch them. I'll tell my guy we got to watch them over holidays.
Basically, when Kevin says the color purpling and the waiting to exhale, it shows both movies embody the worst case scenario when it comes to men who are sexual predators in The Color Purple, or men who are unfaithful to their wives and blow up an entire marriage. Women act like it's going to be that every single time. Janelle,
I get what you're saying.
Right. Okay. Most men, La Pastilla Roja, in the community or otherwise, I have to say that to keep out of the YouTube algorithm bots, most men just want a woman they can trust and love and be there for. Most men are not leaving women like that. They're just not.
They're not.
Why is it that women have this in their head that all men are going to dog them? I have my answer. I want to hear yours.
Yeah. It's, well, you just said it. It's what Hollywood has done. They've done a great job of creating these scenarios. And remember, people are dumb. They're just like, oh, it's on TV. It was the truth. It's like,
right.
Dude,
Come
think
on.
for your freaking selves, you know, like do some, like Buddha says, question everything, including me. I always tell my clients, don't take my word for it. Go research, you know?
Right.
So I think that society and Hollywood media has done a huge, and Lifetime. Look at Lifetime. I used to watch that garbage.
Jesus
Never
Christ.
again. Never again. That was before I had my awakening. All these movies are portraying men like this. And for what I do, I really train my women that work with me and do my programs or come to my retreats. You need to put your man on a pedestal.
Yeah.
When he comes in the house, wash his feet. You know, like freaking, like these are the types of practices, because you don't even realize like how good you have it that you have a high value man. Because men, yeah, they might look at porn, they might double tap some ass, but they're not gonna go cheat. Like honestly, it's too much. It's just too much work. They gotta now they gotta worry about.
Now they gotta hide it. Yeah, man.
Instagram model that like once catches feels for them, then they gotta deal with that. And they, like you said, most women, if you're loyal, if you serve them, if you respect them, and you add value to their life, they're not going anywhere.
Very
they might,
good.
like I said, go to the strip club once in a blue moon for bachelor parties. They might watch porn here and there. They might check some fat ass out in the clubs once in a while. But I'm just being honest.
You're right.
My boyfriend's
You're
25 and he's good looking. And
he's a walking heart on at 25, right?
I know he does. And he tells me all the time. He's like, yeah, baby. He's like, women like want they want his sperm is good sperm, right?
Of course. 25. Man. Yeah. They all want his kids.
And I know that, right? But the thing is, we have created monsters out of men, and I think it's got to stop.
Wow, that
We've
is
created
highly
monsters
profound.
out of men, and then we want these monsters to come worship us. It's like you got it wrong. You got it wrong.
Here is why women assume the worst in men. And I want to get your thoughts on this. It is my assertion that most men are sexually invisible to most women. In other words, the bottom 95% of men, the bottom 90% of men are completely invisible to 100% of the women. This is why when you ask the typical modern woman, who cheats more, women or men? Well, the answer is women, but they'll tell you men because they're only thinking of the top 10%. Yes, the top 10% of men do cheat more than the top 10% of women, right? What percentage of men do you think make $100,000? I don't know, 50, 60%? Dude, wrong answer. What percentage of men do you think are 6 feet tall? 50, 60%? Wrong answer. 14% of men worldwide are over 6 feet tall. Women think that there is this.
I
Yes,
didn't know that.
you are dude.
And I dated all of them.
Don't tell on yourself.
Oh shoot!
But you have been.
Can I delete that?
No, that's okay. That's fine. Listen, man. I mean, people under. Now, here's the thing. The reason you know this stuff is because you've experienced this stuff. So let me ask you this, without getting too personal or anything like that. Yeah. What was your aha moment? When did you finally figure out? Wait a minute. I've been doing this all wrong. I need to not necessarily pedestalize a man, because not every man is worthy of being pedestalized, but I need to value a high value man when I get one. What was the line of demarcation for you? When did it just click?
It's twofold answer.
Okay.
The first was when I left the life, Vegas and all that behind, and moved to an island in Thailand and studied, immersed myself in the ancient practice of Tantra. You might have heard of the Kama Sutra.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All this. So that's what my background is. So when I started to understand the masculine and feminine dynamics, and that sex is really actually something very sacred, it's a spiritual practice. If that's something you choose to. If not, I can also teach you just how to have a better relationship and how to have better orgasms.
How to pound that ass.
Right, exactly. I learned in that moment that I had been looking at men as monsters my whole life. Especially because of my childhood and past and things I'd experienced. That was not my fault. I was
sure.
Just things happen to you as a child. It's not your fault. Right?
Sure, I get it.
But what happened is I believe in a lot of esoteric stuff, and your viewers might think it's crazy. My guy does a little, but he accepts a little.
Yeah, I don't buy into any of that stuff. But if it helps, man, whatever. It is what it is.
If it helps, like I believe you create your own reality.
Okay.
And so I think sometimes you become conditioned to that, and so I would attract these types of men, and that's what I would get. Because I created that. But when I got to the island and I started doing this work and the deep dive on myself, and I started to heal myself and started to take responsibility for my actions, and nothing else with how men had treated me, but how I had shown up, how I was treating myself.
Yeah.
Because women get treated by men the way they treat themselves.
I'm trying to tell you, if you objectify yourself, men are going to objectify you.
If you abuse yourself, if you dislike yourself, if you hate yourself, you are going to attract a man that does that.
There you go, man.
Don't demonize the man. Demonize yourself, boo. You got to get right with you.
Man, Janelle is making dude, we have almost 500 people watch. I don't think I've had 500 people watching in like maybe a month. So Janelle's going to save my channel. By the way, quick public service. I was going to say, yes, listen, tell the people where they can find your channel. What do they need to look for on YouTube to find your channel?
It's just Janelle Gordon. Find me Janelle Gordon. It's simple. I talk about a lot of sexual issues and problems and how to solve them. A lot of value for men. I do a lot more value for men, it seems like, on YouTube.
Okay.
And so, yeah, how to last longer, how to give your girl the right kind of oral, all this stuff. So, yeah, it's really great content. So check it out.
Yeah, we'll mention this several times.
Thank you. Back to what you were saying. I started to heal myself, and I started to look at these men that I was in school with and in the training as, man, you know what? I know you don't understand the esoteric, so I'm going to dumb it down, but like Shiva is like another word for God or divine masculine principle.
I've heard about that.
If you don't believe in God. Okay. So I started, when we would do these exercises, and if you come to one of my intimacy Tantra retreats, you'll do them there. Every guy that I would sit in front of and I'd look into their eyes, and you might think it's funny, but it's like, I would say, man, there's Shiva in there. There's God in there somewhere. And then it changed the game for me. And every man, I get emotional even thinking about it. Every man that sat in front of me, I was like, my past self was like, pervert, wants ass, da-da-da.
There you go.
My
that makes sense.
other self was like, there's God in there. There's divine in there. Something, and I'm going to find something good in this man. And I would. And if you look for good, you'll find it. If you look for excuses, you'll find it. If you look for a reason why you're single, why you're broke, you'll find it.
There you go.
And so that was my first aha. And I came back, started my life over from having nothing, $0. My son was born. I was really homeless here in Newport Beach, living in a garage. And now 7 years later, I live here in Newport Beach in the seventh richest areas in the world, no education, no nothing, and I just did it. And it changed my life, and I thought I want to change other people's lives, and that's why I do what I do today.
I'll tell you what, if ever you're going to be homeless in a city, Newport Beach would be it, right? It's not like you were on the east side of Cleveland.
Make it sound as bad.
Yeah,
Like
I was born and raised on the streets of Newport Beach, man. Y'all don't know about them slang blanging Newport Beach niggas out there, man. You got to watch your back.
My boyfriend's like, babe, you're a white girl. You're a white girl. I'm not white. I'm Mexican Moroccan. He's like, you're white.
Okay. So yeah, let's get a little. So how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay, and how big are your tits? Like, what's your bra size?
So I used to be like a 34. There's no such thing as a triple D. There's only an E.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize that. But I did nurse my son for an extended amount of time. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm still around that same.
Okay, very good. Yeah, my girl, she just got a boob job. She went from like a 34. Yeah, she just went from a 34D to like a 36 triple. Like she's got E tits now.
She's E. Okay.
Oh yeah,
great.
She's yeah.
And how is it? Did she do like saline or silicone, or did she do the saline?
I think she did the saline ones.
Like the gummy bear.
No, I think it was definitely no, it was definitely the saline. I don't think it was the silicone. Devin, she's in the chat. She can tell you. Oh, okay. She could tell you that. Listen, I told the doctor, I was like, I don't give a shit what they're made of. Just make them look bigger and perkier.
That's, you can put whatever the fuck
you know what I'm saying? He's the only man that I have ever been. This is the only time I was excited for another man to touch my woman's breasts in front of me. I was like, this is absolutely fucking magical. No, Dr. D, please continue. Molest my woman. J Blaze 11 says E means enormous. Yes, size enormous. Stripe with a $5 super chat says, I was explaining why a woman making uncontrollably ugly faces during the big O is hot. Yeah, women, my girl knows how to look good during sex, and she looks good when she is having a genuine orgasm, but that's the exception. That ain't the rule.
Correct. And the thing is, guys, listen, and I think they said this on Fresh and Fit, or if it was you, I'm getting your shows confused now, but I do watch them. One of y'all was saying that, it's easier for men just to masturbate, honestly.
Yes,
it's a lot easier.
Of course.
So if they're having sex with a woman, if they've done the work to take you out on a date, to build rapport and trust and all this, they don't want you to fake it, dude. This is why I continue to make money, because do you know how many women don't have orgasms?
Most of them.
There's 70-some% of women that can only orgasm without penetration, only clitorally. 30% of women not orgasming at all. My numbers are a little bit.
Now you said that the clitoral orgasm, that's the fast food of orgasms.
McDonald's of orgasms.
Okay, explain, because that was very interesting. I've never heard it put that way before.
Okay, so you'll get this. So the clitoris is basically what? The undeveloped head of the penis when the XY chromosome split.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, did not know that.
Correct.
Okay, yes, please. I'll take your word for
So
it.
what happens to in modern sexology, this is not even tantra, it's just modern sexology. When there's 4 phases of orgasms, maybe we can talk about this on another show.
Okay,
but basically, your orgasm goes up, and then what happens, you have how many seconds of bliss?
I don't know, 7?
7?
Maybe.
Right? And then you go right down, right? And then what happens after that? Are you great to go run a marathon? Or you
Hell, for me, no. I'm great to go to sleep.
Most guys, they go to fucking bed. They smoke weed, cigarette.
Right.
And then they are out. And the woman is like, fuck, hello.
Let's do it again.
Because she probably has an orgasm. Because men are orgasming in 8 to 10 minutes, women 20 to 40. The ones that are. So for the clitoral orgasm, it's the most similar to a man's, which means it's very fleeting. It just goes up, the pleasure's there, and then it goes down. Now the orgasms inside of the yoni, or the box as y'all call it, which I don't like, but I'll go. Just being honest, those are the ones that are like crazy out of your mind. They like move up the body, and they like change the biochemistry of a woman's body. Like, you can look at a woman's face and tell if she's orgasming.
Yes, you can.
How much life, because the hormones restructure
all over the place.
Body.
Man, that's crazy. Now you
So,
also
yeah.
mentioned something, and this is one thing that you mentioned on Fresh and Fit that really, really struck a chord with me. Is that I don't want to get the YouTube bots' attentions, are the dildos that women are using. They get these foot long dongs that buzz they touch every part everywhere, and then they just jam it in there, and they're desensitizing their, what did you call it, a yoni?
Yoni.
A yoni.
Yoni. Yoni.
Okay, you know what? We're
Yeah.
going to call it a yoni. You want to know why? Because I don't think YouTube
Yeah.
knows what that is. So it desensitizes the yoni, and then they get with a guy who might actually be pretty damn good in bed, but she can't orgasm because she's used to this 24-inch, multifaceted,
Schlong
oh
with
my
50,000
God.
And I honestly wish that all your viewers would come and buy all my crystal dildos for their girls and just sell me out of stock, because this is I'm serious. Like, it's the worst injustice that women are doing to their bodies and to their man and to their relationship.
Yes.
Because they're putting, like you said, these plastic things with so many different speeds, and no matter how good a man is in bed, his lingam is what we call a penis, cannot do that. It can't morph and do all this stuff. And then women have become addicted to it, because remember, most women aren't coupled up, right?
No, they're not.
They're alone, and they've got a ton of money, and they got a cool closet, some Chanel bags. They've got, like, all my clients, I want their closets. I want
Real
them, but
talk.
they're alone.
Right.
They're alone. They've got a drawer of dildos. So they just using that shit, using that. Then what happens? They actually maybe get a chance with the real guy. They can't orgasm.
Right.
What's that do for a man's ego?
Yes. Oh my God. Listen, man, when you
Destroying relationships.
The weird thing is, man, and dude, I've smashed a ton of chicks. It just got to a point to where I honestly did not give a shit about a woman's needs in bed. I just don't care. I don't care about Devin's needs in bed. Listen, if I give her an orgasm, great. If not, that's great too. She appears to not hate having sex with me, so I guess that makes it okay. But I agree with you. I think that women are doing themselves and their husbands and or boyfriends an injustice, because if a guy doesn't have that much experience, because, dude, I've had some girls tell me that I have a huge dick. I have some girls tell me that I have a small dick. I've heard some girls tell me I can't fuck worth shit. I've had some girls tell me when you fuck, you're the shit. That's just what comes with variety. Right, of course it is. But when you have guys, I think the average man has slept with 7 women in his life. When he actually gets with a girl he likes and the girl actually likes him, if she's a serial yoni abuser with the I'll have to figure out how to say the word dildo backwards. But if it's like and she's like, oh, something's missing and blah 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 blah. Then they end up linking up with a dude who is going to objectify him. Why? Because he has a 14-inch schlong that moves like that fake lingus. I think it really does a lot of damage to women and men.
It's doing so much, and it's not giving. Because most men do think like you, and even my guy thinks like that, and
right.
I have had to tell him, like, you have to let me get my orgasm. I'm telling him, I'm like, and it's not. I'm not blaming you guys. Culture and society has made it that women's pleasure doesn't really matter. I like to change that, but a man's pleasure matters as well, and he gets pleasure not from this 3-second orgasm up and down. He gets pleasure from seeing you orgasm.
That makes sense.
Because it's actually doing something for him. Because he can orgasm with his hand all day.
Oh, dude. Shit, man. It's easy for us to fucking bust the nut.
Right?
Dude, so, it's like, really easy.
To like boost his ego, like, damn, like I'm the man. Like I made her orgasm. I made her, I don't know what you can say. Shoot, man. It's so hard.
So listen. Dildo backwards is Odlid. So we can get if we can get the backwards alphabet, I think we can talk about these much more candidly and stay there. See, you got it.
Definitely why my YouTube platform, because I was saying all these words.
Listen, you can't say them forwards. I call the act of taking a woman without her consent, I call that EPAR. The termination of a pregnancy, I call that Noit Roba, because that's what that is spelled backwards. So Odlid is dildo spelled backwards. Odlid. Yeah. You have to get really.
It kind of sounds like a Christmas holiday eggnog or a song.
Merry Odlid, everybody. Merry Odlid. Somebody said maybe dyslexic dildo will fool the algorithm. So Bilbo, like Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit.
I like that.
I like that. We'll call it a Bilbo Baggins. This is
That
good.
makes
This is very
yours.
good. Sean Morris with the $5 super chat says, Janelle, you were great on Fresh and Fit. Those girls had a coming to Jesus moment. Much respect to you, Myron Fresh, and of course, Donovan Sharpe. Appreciate that. Ricky Webster, another $5 says, shout out to this great collaboration on my birthday. I'm thankful,
Oh,
grateful,
happy
and
birthday.
French toast props due. Let's give him a Don DeMarco.
Oh, yes. Oh
Very
my
good.
gosh.
And
birthday.
RIP RP Mike says, the movies leave men stuck in the 60s while women live in 2022. Before you ask if a man is traditional, ask if your daddy can pay for this wedding. Oh, wow. That is a very, very good question. Let me ask you another
That's a
question. You
great
talked
question,
about
actually.
Instagram. Let's talk about Nina the Pineapple. Nina the Pineapple, listen, you've seen her up close. Very attractive. She looks kind of
Cute.
innocent. Yeah, she's very cute.
She's
She
cute.
looks very innocent until, of course, she turns around and starts shaking her ass. If Nina the Pineapple were to come to you and say, okay, Janelle, I'm 25 years old. I can attract pretty much any man I want, but I don't want to be catching a million bodies. I'm looking for something real. What would you advise me to do right now to increase my odds of success with a high value man? Go.
Okay, great. And I want to add real quick before I answer
Yeah, go
that,
ahead.
something that you said. Her ass isn't even that big. It's just
No.
the proportion of her body. Because I mean, I know
Her ass is awesome, dude.
It's not her. She's tiny.
She is
She's
very
so
small. Yes.
and she's very muscular and fit. So, and then the angle, it's all about angles and
Yep.
how she's being shot. But she
Yep.
does have a great ass.
She has a
Let's
hot
just say
ass.
that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
of course.
Yep.
All right. So, number one, and I said it on the show, she'd have to clean up her Instagram.
There you go.
Like, take
That's
that
it.
down and start over.
There you
I
go.
would even just say, unless she archived every pic except the one of her turning around. And it's interesting that you said that. There's not one picture of her face.
No, not one.
It's like, dude, she is setting the bar so freaking low. It's like, dude, you don't even get to see my face. All you get to see is my ass.
That
That's
ass.
porn.
That's
It's
enough
just
for
porn.
most guys, though.
But the thing is, that's the bar that she's setting for how men treat her.
There you go.
Like, you don't even get to see this is just like a porn that's available on Instagram, like
And
a
she has an
giant porn
OnlyFans
feed.
too. Like, what is she
She has
doing
an
on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? I mean, is she fucking on
Well,
OnlyFans?
no.
Like,
I mean, if
Jesus.
she's doing that on Instagram, what do you think is on her?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
let me be fair and say there are people that have OnlyFans that are musicians and they're
Of course.
and chefs and I mean, even my page, I do have one, but there's nothing sexually explicit on there. It's me giving advice on whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
Whatever sexual issue I'm talking.
None of those.
And I never have. No. I have 50 to 60 fans. I never go over that because they see, and I charge $20.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I set that standard high.
Okay.
And they
okay.
ask, and I give them this long bio that says, "You will not get. I'm not a cam girl. If that's what you're looking for, enjoy the month."
Yes,
and
I
go
love it.
on."
I love it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
not
would tell her to
stupid. I'm
clean
not
up the
monopolized.
So you tell her to clean up the Instagram.
Clean up Instagram,
Get off
Only.
OnlyFans. Okay.
Because it's clear that that's what's going on there. I mean, it could be wrong, and she's got to start valuing herself.
Yeah. Yep.
As more than just a hot body. Because
Yes.
right now that's what she is.
Yep.
And she's hot. Let's just be honest. But if you heard her saying, she's like, I want to be married. She was like begging for a husband.
Yes. But you
she
can't.
wants it, but she's doing all the wrong shit.
That's right. That's right. Listen, Nina's future husband should. Oh my goodness. She's not advertising for that. And I don't know what's in the mind of Nina, because if Nina really put her mind to it, she could literally have any man she wants. She's young,
absolutely.
she's beautiful, she has a great body, and she takes her fitness very seriously. But what I think what she's lacking is I think she's bought into the never surrendering to a man. Women always want to say, well, I got to have my own thing in case something happens. In case something happens, dude, most relationships are ended by the women and most divorces are filed by women. You guys are the ones that are ending shit. So they can miss me with that bullshit argument. But with a girl like Nina, it's like you look good, you're beautiful. You don't have to objectify yourself to entice. She'll entice high value men who want to fuck them on the yacht and then discard them and pass them to the homies because they all pass the same girls around. So you would tell her to get rid of the Instagram, get rid of the OnlyFans. What would you tell her to do proactively? What does she need to go some places? Does she need to talk to certain people?
I would tell her I'm a huge advocate of the dating apps because that's how I met my
Okay.
partner.
Okay.
And there's just a way to do it, and I'm sure you guys tell guys differently
Of
how
course.
to do it
Yeah.
than what I tell. The first thing you have to do is I would tell her to get on a couple of dating apps,
Mhm.
and I would tell her to shoot a whole different like photo shoot. Don't use
Okay.
any of those
No
things.
ass pictures.
No ass pictures. I'm okay with her having a picture of her in a nice gym outfit, like, showing, because that's a big part of her life. Are we? Can we agree with that?
Of course, absolutely, of
that
course.
should be one of her 5 or 6 pictures.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
her working out.
But appropriate one. And the other pictures should be. I always tell the girls to wear red or pink. Men are generally attracted to those. If you've seen me on the show, both times I was in red or pink.
That's right. It's, oh my God, red is the best.
Attracted to. Have your hair straight if possible. If you have crazy curly hair, keep it curly. That's fine.
Okay.
But if men prefer straight hair, they just do. It's been pulled a lot.
You're right.
So having her, like, let me adjust it, like a little bit of cleavage is fine. That's
okay.
Good. Guys want to see that you're hot, right?
Yes.
Nice smile. And then and their picture should look like that. Then her other picture should show things about her personality, or that make her a picture of her working out. She has this dog. I'm okay with pictures with dogs.
There you go.
No pictures with family. No pictures with other girls. And this for guys too. Do not have pictures, especially if it's a black guy. And I'm clicking on you. There's 5 black guys. I'm like, which guy am I thinking? I'm sorry. It's like,
which one of these niggas is you, nigga? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. And so girls don't do that either. Don't advertise your girlfriends. Like, come on. So just picture of you. And no parents either. If we met in person, I'm not going to bring my parents and my girlfriends and my kids to the date.
Wow.
Get this. I'm telling you, I've got game on online dating. I know how to do it. So have her do that. Pictures of her walking the dog, pictures of her in workout. It's fine. And then she needs to bring the energy down a little bit, as far as like, no, not so many, I won't do this 3 months. She needs to just say really light things. Keep it light. Guys fall in love with you for how you make them feel and the value you add to their life.
That's right.
Period.
I remember when she was on. I remember when you guys were on Fresh and Fit on the panel. Yeah. The only thing that she really, and she had it right. The only thing the only thing she had right was, listen, I don't want to fuck him unless he's my boyfriend. Now, I don't believe she's actually not doing that, but conceptually, I understand.
It's a great idea.
Right. But like we talked about at the beginning of this podcast, listen, not sleeping with him is all well and good. But Nina the Pineapple, you got to show me how you can add value to my life. Okay, listen, you didn't fuck me and you have a great, listen, we know you have a great ass. Like, that's been done to death. But what else do you have to offer besides a tight body and an unbarren womb? This is where Nina really needs to sort of look inside herself and be like, okay, what value do I bring to a man? And you don't even have to have agency, Janelle. Just be a woman. Make him food.
Feminine.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Flirty. Make him laugh at his jokes. Maybe try to crack a bad joke to show you have a personality. Here's the thing. I honestly agree with this, Donovan. The hotter the woman, the less chance they have of getting wiped up.
Bingo.
I'm sorry.
Bingo. That's right.
I believe that. I'm hot, but I'm not a 10, and I'm okay with that. I always tell my guy with hair and makeup, I'm a solid 7. You know, that's what it's just honest. You know,
no, I agree.
Height, which is good.
Yep.
I've got great genes, and I've got nice boobs, and I have a nice fit, thin body. Right?
Yep.
He calls it. He says I have a yoga body. He's like, you have a white girl yoga body. I'll take it. Whatever. But the thing is, I think that the hotter the girl is, the less chance the more chance they have of getting fucked.
Oh yeah, get the sausage all day.
They can get dick down all day long, no problem, right? But can you get someone to take you seriously? First of all, they talked about in the Fresh and Fit, a lot of times, not much going on up here. The hotter, it's just
dude.
And I love Nina, and I think she was dumbing herself down. I actually think she's smarter.
I think she is too.
She made herself sound really stupid. She's like, oh, I don't, like, she was just popping off comments like,
what if I only sleep with my boyfriend? We're like, bitch, we're talking about cheese pizza. What the fuck's that got to do with it?
It was not even on topic.
Yeah.
And I think girls think that that's cute, and it's cute if you just want to be fucked.
Well, you know what that is? You know what that's called snowflaking. That's called snowflaking. And this is like, snowflaking is girls trying to virtue signal. What if, who's sleeping with multiple guys? As if to imply that she's not sleeping with multiple guys, or that she's never done. Well, what if I only have sex with my boyfriend? That was really just a statement. And what you might have picked up on is that Myron and Fresh have been on this. They've been at this now for about a year. They're into the stratosphere at this point. It's incredible.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Oh, dude, they run that thing. It is a tight ship. But what you are starting to notice is that the recurring guests that they have, like Nina, they're shooting their shot now at either Myron or Fresh. The virtue signaling is going up because they're like, wait a minute, these dudes know celebrities. These dudes have blue check marks. And so I think that what Nina is doing is girls shoot their shots at Myron all the time, whether it's directly or indirectly. So Nina's like, well, what if I only have sex with my boyfriend? Translation, Myron, I'm not a hoe.
Exactly. But it was clear that she'd had some kind of relationship with Fresh, so it's like, you heard that.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
Well, I mean, from what their dialogue was to me, I mean, okay. I always listen to what's not said, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Okay.
So back to what we were saying, I just feel that being hot actually does have its perks. I mean, I get a lot of stuff from being hot.
Sure.
But what I get more, it's not even from being hot. It's I know how to build rapport with anyone, and I can talk and communicate very effectively.
Yes, that much is clear.
Yeah. And I'm a public speaker, so I think these are things that women need to hone in on more. How do I? And my guy works with me on this. He's like, I just need you to say all that in like this.
Yes.
And I've gotten even better. And I train in things that build logic. My business partner that I do retreats with, he has all his girls play chess. That's not for me. I do Muay Thai.
Okay.
I do Thai boxing.
Okay.
Why? You're boxing move. It's boxing with knees, elbows.
It's great exercise.
You gotta more think like, is this person coming at me? What am I? So it's a strategy game, and women need to develop more strategy so that they can be able to relate to their men more. Because why relationships end if there's no more polarity or attraction, and if there's nothing that you can relate with. So my man is super logic. I'm really emotional, really feminine. So what do I have to do? He has to come in and had to learn to be a little more sensitive, right?
Okay.
And me, I've had to learn to be more logical and be less is more. But so hot women, you got to work on having a more personality, having a better personality, find something that you can study and be smart at. One thing. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be good at and have a little knowledge on one thing. So you're more interesting. Keep yourself interesting for your man, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so.
Listen, I've heard enough. I think this is definitely going to be a weekly show. We might even do this more than one time per week. The feedback is great. You articulate well, and there's never any dead air. This is the way me and Myron have the same kind of on-air chemistry. I have the same kind of on-air chemistry with Coach Greg Adams. That's just the way it is.
You have to tell me to shut up. Actually, never any dead air. You might have to say, okay, enough.
No. Listen. Well, see, I'm a podcaster, so I'm very mic dominant. I am always happy to share the mic because I do enough talking as it is. But I think the results are in. I think that this is a must. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my graphics guy. We're gonna work on a proper introduction. We're going to work on original graphics so that our overlays match what we're talking about. I think everybody likes you. And I think what we're also going to do is we're going to start taking phone calls from women because I think a lot of women could use this kind of advice because what you're talking about, women have never even, and it's funny, like we talk about women who are your age, who are still, I am woman, hear me war, bitch. You're old enough to know better, but you got girls that are Nina's age. She honestly doesn't know. So she doesn't know.
It's not fair.
It's really not. And someone like her should already be wifed up, but she just doesn't know. She's fucking around. Well, listen, Fresh has game, so he's just gonna do what he does. But everyone, the reviews are in. This is fantastic. Great show, awesome show, amazing show. Guys like it. I'll strike $5.
Change women's lives.
We're gonna change something. I'll tell you what. We're gonna get the backwards alphabet. The Bilbo Baggins. I think it's a very good one.
A little cheat card on that.
Yes. When we were talking about the C19, I called it 91 Divock because that's all backwards. Just say everything backwards. Jay Blaze says Tori could use Janelle's advice. I think she probably could. This is fantastic. Janelle, tell the people where they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me online, theofactors.com. and that's and then factors with an s.com.
Okay.
On Instagram, my third time's a charm. It's I am Janelle Gordon. I believe he has the spelling there. Just watch that. I am shadow banned, so you will literally have to type the whole thing out, unfortunately. I'm on YouTube, Janelle Gordon, TikTok, Janelle Gordon O Factors.
Perfect. And that is Jennelle. Janelle is spelled many, many ways. Everybody everybody is everybody loves the show. The chat is going absolutely crazy. So I think this is going to be a hit. I think it's going to be a hit. Janelle, thank you very much for taking time for us today. I think that this is going to be a regular thing. I think this is going to be a good thing. My girlfriend likes you.
I like her. I want to connect with her. She sounds amazing. I want to see her boobs, if that's not weird.
Oh, no, dude, listen, you guys can exchange each other. Yeah, I mean, she'll tell you all about the process and all that good stuff. You guys can exchange stuff on that. They're big and perky. That's all I care about. That's going to do it for the official first episode of That's What She Said.